Jest oczywiście za wcześnie, żeby ogłaszać jakieś przesadnie optymistyczne komunikaty.
It is, of course, too early to announce any overly optimistic statements. Peace primarily requires a positive decision by the aggressor to end military actions, but precisely in order to exert effective pressure on a Russian aggressor, it is necessary to clarify, step by step, a position common to the United States, the European Union, and other countries informally associated in a willing coalition. Today, too, although this requires full discretion, we have already discussed more detailed solutions which, as we understand, are also accepted by Washington regarding security guarantees and the role of individual countries, both the United States and European states. And this already looks really promising and increasingly concrete, as I have emphasized many times. Poland is ready and will certainly fulfill all logistical tasks. There is no expectation from our partners for the presence of Polish troops in Ukraine under any scenario, and we have said this many times already. I would like to express courage and confidence in Ukraine and to everyone gathered, saying that Poland is a model example of how a country can rise from a state of economic collapse, carry out ambitious reforms, and conduct sound economic policy over the years, and that Ukraine has a chance. Here I quote Mr. Kushner, Ukraine has the opportunity to follow the Polish path and achieve the successes that Poland has achieved. It reminds me a bit of the message I conveyed in an informal New Year's address to Europeans. Be like Poland. We received President Trump's declaration with great hope, and I was also pleased to note the readiness, in fact expressed by all today's participants, to generate pressure on Russia, including through sanctions if necessary, to compel Russia to take these peace efforts seriously. I emphasize that Poland is not naively optimistic regarding Russia's position. I remain very skeptical about Russian goodwill, whether it will exist or not, and there was general agreement on this. However, the pressure is twofold: an extensive international and united system of support for Ukraine during the war and real security guarantees for the post-war period, while simultaneously exerting pressure, including sanctions against Russia in this regard. That is how it will proceed. Ukraine and all the countries participating in today's meeting show, in a sense, goodwill. Let's call a spade. Ukraine is ready to compromise, or at least is seriously and sincerely discussing compromise. And these peace conditions would not be particularly humiliating for anyone. No indiscretion will persuade me otherwise, because, not by chance, this part of our meeting concerning specifics of security guarantees for Ukraine was discreet, and we agreed it was covered by a confidentiality clause. But these security guarantees, the key point is that all countries involved in this process, including the United States, must participate. Our task, and I am not revealing any particular secret here, although I often see that not everyone notices, is that the main goal of these meetings we attend is to maintain full transatlantic solidarity in the pressure on Russia. Europe wants this. And today the United States at least declares that it also wants to cooperate in providing real security guarantees for Ukraine.
To what extent were issues raised during this meeting? And to what extent do words and actions on the American side undermine the credibility of the United States as a partner?
No one wanted to spoil the atmosphere of good cooperation regarding Ukraine. Therefore, no one, not even the Danish Prime Minister, regarding Greenland, brought it up, because today the topic was our joint work with the Americans on security guarantees for Ukraine.
$25 करोड़ गरीब गरीबी को परास्त करके बाहर निकले।
For the good of our nation, let's work together and let's truly make America great again.
The fastest news breaks.
Requested PM saying that we will have to speak to Putin and to Zelensky.
The biggest news makers.
The relationship with India is probably the most important bilateral relationship the U.S. will have for the rest of this century.
The capital delivered quite an election result today.
Expert analysis.
The million-dollar question today is how to stop this dance of death.
Ground reports.
I'm standing at the crossroad of the Kumbh Mela. Behind me are more than 100 entry ghats.
Long-form interviews.
Exclusionary politics is reflected in Manipur case as well. You don't bother because this is a small state.
Deep dive into burning issues.
It's often said DRC could be the richest country in the whole world. It's because of what sits underneath.
Why exactly did the US topple the Sheikh Hasina government?
HT videos. We don't just break news, we break it down.